Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Forer here from TradeWinds.com, and this is our update for April 18th, 2017. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. Well, we saw a triple-digit loss for the Dow today. It closed lower by 113 points, led by Goldman Sachs and Johnson & Johnson. Earnings, which we'll talk about a little bit later, has had a rough start here in the earnings season, and that's what led to the declines today. I'll show you those two charts in just a second. The S&P 500 was down almost 7 points, while NASDAQ lost 7 as well. And the Russell managed to squeak out a small gain at the close, but futures trailing at slightly lower right now. Let's look at those two charts. Let's look at Goldman Sachs here. Decent gap lower here today, down almost 11 points. Off disappointing earnings report. I think this has a pretty easy or clear path down to the 210 area just for starters, and then beyond that can go fairly quickly down to 180. What you want to look for here is a break of this low, of today's low, being 213.18. If we get below there, I think very quickly we'll see 210, and if we cannot hold that level of support, we quickly go down to 180. Johnson & Johnson today also having a very healthy gap here, losing almost 4 points. So quickly some big names starting to roll over. Now, on the flip side, bonds and gold look pretty good. Bonds, as we talked about last week, on a path towards 130. Closing this gap, I still see it. Looks very likely. Nice, strong trend. Nice, slow, steady grind higher towards 130, while gold continues to trade higher. I actually put in a nice bullish engulfing pattern here today on the futures chart. Remember, 1305 is the first target here. I actually think we can get to 1320 here fairly quickly. Now, as I mentioned earlier, earnings season off to a bit of a rough start today. After hours, IBM came out. Let's have a look at IBM chart today. Now, this is just the session today, but losing a point. But after hours, it was down another 5% when I looked at it. Yahoo also disappointing, and it was actually flat after hours, not a big mover at all here. But Goldman Sachs was down another point after hours. So a lot more, excuse me, a lot more to come on the earnings side. It's very, very early in the season, but so far a rough start. We'll continue to keep an eye on it, but that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you on our next update.